Start recording now.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. See, for decades, it's our faith that everything is done by God and Guru. This has been reinforced day by day, year by year. And it has become part of our understanding that everything is God, Gurudev, God the Gurudev. But this COVID period went one step ahead. He makes the class happen, a particular class happen, particular people to attend, particular topic to be taken. That doesn't stop there. He tells me every day, this is what you have to talk. You won't believe it. You feel this is an exaggeration. This is the truth. Why am I giving this introduction? So that all of you believe you are lucky chosen by the Lord to be here. You are chosen by the Lord. What do? Please, for my sake, do not listen to Gita so that you listen, you get punya, or probably you get moksha. It is good to listen to Gita. With this attitude, if you do, it is rewarding, but too little. Where you are expected to get a billion, supposing you get 2 lakhs, you have wasted an opportunity. Please, please, please think today in every class of mine, if you are ready, if you listen, not merely here, intellect, okay, but here, intellect and mind together. Hearing, intellect, mind together. By the grace of Gurudev, who alone speaks through all of us, you will get the experience in every class. So do not think I will listen to 50 classes of Gita, then something will happen, that will never happen. Either it happens today or it doesn't happen. This should be your attitude, number one. Number two, every class when I start, it starts having in mind our own life and application of this Shastra to the life, clues to our life. This is how I start my classes. So do not miss the first sentence. If you want to go, you can leave early. That may not be that bad, but kindly be there the very first minute, number one. Number two, see this Shastra, only when you teach, you understand the exact import. That is why teaching is not meant for erudite scholars. Even learners can teach. Should teach. That's the way to learn. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Swadhyaya pravachanam cha, Swadhyaya pravachanam cha. Swadhyaya read, pravachana explain. Then the whole thought becomes yours. It doesn't mean you need a big class. One person is enough. You will never have less audience than Krishna. Krishna had only Arjuna, only one. You will never have less than that. If nobody is there, make your spouse sit and listen. Because you say, I have to pay my Rishirina. Somebody has to listen. You sit and listen. That way you prepare this topic. It will bless you. Right now, let us go into it. When a child is born, after 3 years, you get a seat in LKG, which is more difficult than getting a seat in IIT. So you got it. Now you should be happy. Nothing more to do. You wanted a seat, you got it. No. You want the boy to go from class to class. He went for first class, you must be happy. He finished the school, you must be happy. No. From there, he has to go to IIT. First, get a seat is the end. That becomes a means to go to the next class. Finishing the school was the end. That became a means to go to IIT. That was an end, became a means to get PhD. That was an end, became a means to get job. That was an end, became a means to get married. That was an end, became a means to get children. That was an end, became a means to hunt after LKG. So where does it end? Goes in circles. So every end becomes a means. Then what is the final end? Aristotle said beautifully, that end, which never becomes a means, is the ultimate end. What is that end which never becomes a means? We do all this for what? For gaining security and happiness. A sannyasi has left the wealth, position, etc. for happiness. A dacoit kills people for happiness. In this, there is no difference. All actions are meant to gain happiness, get rid of pain, and for our security. Let it be a saint or a sinner. This never becomes a means. Happiness never becomes a means. It's the end. So this is what it should be. Have we ever thought about this? Yeah, we thought about how I'll be happy if I get a job. You got a job, you were never happy. I'll be happy if I get married. After 5 years, everybody tell me you did the best thing not marrying. Okay. So that way, you don't get happiness by the things that you think. Even if you are lucky, you got all. You got everything. You got a good job, you got a good wife, you got good children, good bank balance, good house, good car. Everything is got. But are you free from fear of losing them? Are you free from worry what will happen tomorrow? Are you comfortable and secure? I have everything. I am the president of the universe. I have this billions, this power. Corona will not do anything to me. Can you say that? Therefore, this insecurity sorrow, fear will not leave us, even if you have everything, because all the things that we have are finite. How can finite things give you complete security and happiness? They by nature are finite. So they cannot give. In case you are still happy, what about old age? You have food, but you can't eat. You have TV, you can't see. You have newspaper, you can't read. You have everything, you can't walk. You need several supports. And you want people to talk. They are willing to give you everything, but they're not their company because you are too old for them. How do you escape the tormenting of the old age and fear of death? If everything is comfortable, you don't want to die. If everything is not comfortable, you are brooding. When are you happy? So the whole thing is useless, is it? No, because we have seen a lot of people who are happy, and to them, all these people rush for guidance. Several examples. Our own Tapovan Maharaj, Ramana Bhagavan, Kanchi Mahaperiyava. He used to sleep in the veranda in a wooden this thing called palanquin. I will only say called because it doesn't have the luxury of a palanquin. Chinmayananji Maharaj, the hut he stayed in Uttarakashi. He cannot stretch his legs to sleep. He cannot enter even bending. He has to crawl into it. Chinmayananji Maharaj, who was born with a silver spoon, lived there in that condition. Pattinathar, 450 years before, had 9 crores of rupees. Means today, 450 years back, 9 crores must be today's India GDP. One fine day, he left the house. Manager came running, asked, what do I do that with money? He said, I have no value for that money. Why do I suggest do this, do that? Throw it on the road. Literally, it was thrown on the road. Literally, it was thrown on the road. So, Buddha was another example. So, leave everything, you will be happy? No, sir. No. Leaving is not a guarantee for happiness. Possessions is no hindrance for happiness. Janaka Maharaj, king of Mithila, was always reveling in the self. Nothing can affect him. Yajnavalkya created a fire of the whole city. All sannyasis who was listening to him, who had only a langoti to say, ran. Janaka Maharaj didn't move. Yajnavalkya asked, why? Your kingdom is burning. He said, my kingdom is burning. I am not burning. My kingdom is burning. I am not burning. That was Janaka Maharaj. Krishna, full of politics, lived in danger. Sri Rama. So therefore, possessions is no hindrance for happiness, or possessions are guarantee for happiness. Yoga rato va, bhoga rato va, sangha rato va, sangha vihina. Yasya brahmana chittam nandati nandati nandatyeva. What guarantees happiness? Where your mind is, that guarantees happiness. Where should the mind be? I will give you very familiar example, which you must have become fed up now. But the best example, follow me as I say. Now, the wave is born happy, grew happy, started decaying, become unhappy, close to death, miserable. At that time, the wave guru comes and tells the wave, you had all the time been the ocean, or even more so, water. As water, you never had a birth. You never had a death. What is your problem? The problem is the water identified with a form, thought it is that form, thought it is the wave. Therefore, it suffered. What is the solution? The water, to detach from that form, feel it is water, then the problem is solved. The moment the wave feels that it is the essential water, it has attained immortality. Same thing with all of us. Same thing with all of us. You say, I am hungry. I am hungry. Okay, agree. I am angry. Okay, agree. I am hungry is body. I am angry is mind. Now you tell me what you are. You can't give two IDs. You can't say, I am Rama and I am Ravana. You have to give one proper ID. I am hungry is body. I am angry is mind. I am dull is intellect. What are you? Are you the body? Are you the mind? Or the intellect? Because body cannot be the mind cannot be the body. What are you? The one because of whom the body functions, the hunger is felt, the pain is felt, the happiness is felt. That is me. That is me. The agitations are felt, the comfort is felt, the elation is felt. That consciousness, because of which every experience is felt, is me. I am neither the body, nor the mind, nor the intellect. I have a body, I have a mind, I have an intellect. What I have is not me. I have a dog, I cannot be the dog. So many times I may behave like that. I have a body, I have a mind, I have an intellect. What I have cannot be me. What I have cannot be me. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. Also, I can see my body changing. I remember all the changes, what I was when I was born, 10 years before, 20 years before. When I can see the changes, remember the changes, I should have been outside the change. Otherwise, memory is not possible. Memory is possible only when somebody observed the change and he did not change along with the changes. Your experiences I cannot remember. My experiences you cannot remember. The one who remembers should have gone through the experience. All doubts, please send me messages. I will answer because I can't answer in these 100 people. Okay. It's difficult because the flow also is stopped. Otherwise, at the end we will see. At the end we will see. Right now, you have to hold your doubt. Because by the end, your doubt would have been answered also.
Uncle, there is some disturbance. There is some Uncle, உங்களுக்கு கேக்கறச்ச there is some disturbance. When you move, the voice is getting cut.
I think when I'm shaking this headphone.
Yes, yes.
So I will remove the headphone. The problem is if I remove, you can hear me, I can't hear you. That doesn't matter. You only have to hear. I will remove the headphone. Okay.
No, uncle, please don't remove. If you stay like this,
I will remove.
it is fine.
I will put the headphone. Emma?
Uncle, if you stay like this and uncle, இப்படி உட்கார்ந்து பேசினேல்னா it is clear. Only when you move back, it gets cut. So keep the headphone, uncle. Just yeah. I know.
You want me to be a statue?
Sorry, uncle.
Kavita. Parvailama. Okay. Doesn't matter, right? So I see my body changing. If I am different when I was in childhood, if I was different in my youth, I can't remember the changes. I should have been the same who experienced childhood, youth, old age. So the body changed, but I didn't change. Mind. Morning you got up, you were happy. One more day, I am alive in spite of corona. Then afternoon, some challenge, you were little agitated. Then your friend called, you were happy. Then about 4 o'clock, Kavita sent the link. You really become agitated. Oh, Gita class. You understand? And now you are agitated and happy. Agitated because of the class. Happy it's going to end. So these different moods, you remember. So you should have been different from these moods, the mind. Same thing, intellect. I am dull, I am bright. They are changing, you are not changing. You remember the changes and you see them, you see the body, you see your thoughts. What you see are objects. The seer is the subject. What you see are the objects. The one who sees is the subject. Therefore, you are not the body because you see, you have. You are not the mind because you see, you have. You are not the intellect because you see, you have. What are you? Who are you? Without them, I am there. Like without the wave and the bubble, water is there. And without water, wave and bubble is not there. I, the existence, is there with or without the body, the mind, the intellect. Existence is there with or without the body, with or without the mind, with or without the intellect. And this existence is consciousness. This I am. In sleep, you are not conscious of your body. You are not conscious of the mind. You are not conscious of the intellect. When you have detached from the body, mind, and intellect, your state was blissful in sleep. So who are you? In sleep, when the body, mind, intellect is not there, I existed. I was aware, there were no thoughts. I experienced bliss. So I am existence, I am awareness, I am bliss. This is that. How to know that? How are you asking the question? Can a dead body ask the question how to know that? How am I answering? Can a dead body answer? your question, how am I shaking, which Kavita pointed out. Can a dead body shake? So it is that life principle that makes you do all functions through the body, through the mind, through the intellect. You can certainly feel it, even though vaguely, this life principle that makes you do things, feel things, know things. You can feel that. And now feeling, how does it solve the problem? No, I am that consciousness, which is eternal existence, which is eternal knowledge, which is eternal bliss. And the other things belong to the body, mind, intellect. I just observe them. They will never be steady. Even your pain is not steady. Your comfort is not steady. They come and go. That is necessary. If you are not hungry, you cannot eat. Hunger has to come. Appeasement has to come. Hungry, appease. Appease, hungry. These are all the nature of the world. That has to go on changing. Then only transactions are possible. In any business, there is a seller and a buyer. Seller gets the money, buyer gives the money. Without a seller, there is no buyer. Without a buyer, there is no seller. In cooking, you use both water and fire, sworn enemies. Water and fire are sworn enemies. While you cook, you use both. You use both water and fire. A mango grows by water, rainy season, becomes sweet because of summer. A mango grows in rainy season, becomes sweet in summer. So these pairs of opposites, like in our body, the bodies and antibodies, the red capsules and the white capsules, they're all a must for the transactional world. Transactional world was made, given to you, gifted to you by that all-loving, all-knowing, all-capable Lord for you to, through them, evolve to discover the Godhood that you are. This is a hospital world. You come here. Sometimes the treatment is pleasant. Sometimes the treatment is harsh. Sometimes sweet pills. Sometimes bitter pills. But if you cooperate with the doctor, you will be discharged soon. So too, this world you have come, you need certain experiences, pleasant and unpleasant. Both are out of love of the Lord. Do not reject one, try to hold one. This non-resistance to the experiences that you get with the knowledge that they are given by God who loves me. This non-resistance is called surrender. Surrendering your opinions. You have a feeling death is bad, but is good. You have a feeling pain is bad, sorrow is good. Sorry, sorrow is bad and joy is good, comfort is good. In fact, it is the reverse. Without death, there is no evolution. A Sufi saint said, I died as a stone, became a plant. I died as a plant, became an animal. I died as an animal, I became a human. When did I become poorer by dying? When did I become poorer by dying? Only when you go to a beauty parlor, when you die, you become poorer. Right? Otherwise, death is necessary for evolution. But we have been used to thinking death is bad, but is good. The problem is not what happens. The problem is what we are thinking. Through comfort, you cannot grow. It is through struggle you grow. You resist struggle. You resist death. You want comfort. You want birth. This is the bondage that you have created for yourself. So fear, agitation, death, they are not the problems. You are wanting to resist them is your bondage. You are wanting to let them go is your liberation. Let them off. Let go. That is your liberation. Liberation is not from what happens. Liberation is you losing your bondage with them. Somebody said a beautiful statement. We are held hostage by our mind. To release ourselves from this mind of opinions is called liberation. There is no other liberation going from here to there and all that. You are ever perfect. You are all the time God. But you assume that you are the wave, not the water. Therefore, you suffer. Getting out of this feeling, I am the wave, I have birth, I have death, is liberation. Come out of the mind. So here, you have two options. One, to think you are the body, mind, intellect, and to transact in the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts, and undergo the tyranny of their ever-changing phenomena. One option. Second option, have the knowledge and be free. Third option, have the knowledge and play with them. Have the knowledge and play with them. This is the best option. Right? So this is all about Gita. Otherwise, what happened? Arjuna was confused. All people going to die. A mighty warrior whom Shiva could not defeat. A mighty warrior who won victory to Indra and therefore shared his throne. A mighty warrior single-handedly defeated all the Kauravas. Says, now I am not able to hold my bow. Like the gold medalist IIT says, I am not able to hold my pen. Why? Because he saw things that should not be seen. He missed what he should see. In the battlefield, you have enemies, you have your own army. No business to see there. My uncle, my teacher, my cousins. So this, me and my, because of the belief that you are the body, because of the belief that you are the body, you try to relate to other bodies and develop an unholy relationship, me and mine. This is the cause of our sorrow. To liberate ourselves, this feeling of me and mine, and to know all of us are essentially the water in the ocean, the wave and the bubble and the foam. To recognize this and to see everywhere is freedom from fear, freedom from limitation, freedom from wanting freedom, freedom from wanting happiness, freedom from wanting immortality. You are free now. How? Just by listening? Yes. While you listen to me because of that life principle consciousness. You know that, and then say, this is me. And after the class, you hear something bad. You say, that's not me. That belongs to my body, mind, or intellect. You practice practice this, you are free. Right now, not meditate and after 20 years, you practice what you are and deny what you are not. That is the end of all teaching. Can you give me one problem? For example, what does not belong to the body, mind, or intellect? Only one problem I want. Now you can raise your hand and tell me, this problem does not belong to the body, mind, or intellect. There is not one problem which does not belong to the body, mind, or intellect. And you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. Therefore, you have no problem. What is the problem? The thought that I am the body, mind, intellect. That was the problem of Arjuna. He identified himself with the Pandava prince and saw the Kauravas to be different. Right? Want to ask something? Was that identifying with forms, like the water identifying with the form of the wave. You see things that are not there. To free yourself through knowledge that you are the very essence in all names and forms. You are the subject. Everything else is the object. In fact, you are the essence of the objects. This knowledge is called the knowledge of the essential being, which in Sanskrit is called Atma Vidya. Atma is the essential being, or Brahma Vidya. Brahma is the biggest, most glorious. Brahma Vidya. The physical sciences give you comfort by buying capacity, purchasing capacity, etc., etc., etc. You need that comfort. You need a healthy body to listen to Gita. You need to maintain the body. You need to maintain the mind with noble thoughts. A greedy man, a jealous man cannot listen to Gita properly. You need a good body. You need a good mind. You need a disciplined intellect. But they are your tools. The world of objects, emotions, and thoughts, they are meant to serve you. To use the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts, hereafter we call them OET. You have been given the body, mind, intellect called BMI. The BMI of yours is meant to transact with the OET of the world. You are the master of both. You are the subject. They are the objects. Thus, the Arjuna, who was dejected, depressed, said, I am not able to stand. I am not able to hold the bow. In 1.5 hours talk by Krishna, says, all my confusion gone. Tell me what to do, I will do now. Karishye vachanam tava. Krishna is said, you think I need you for killing these Kauravas? I can kill myself. So you don't have to do me anything. You do what you like. I only want to remove your confusions. What you do is immaterial to me. Your confusions that you are the body, mind, intellect should be removed. I did it. And then what happened? Yatra partho dhanurdharaha. Yatra, somebody chant, I'm not able to remember. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Yatra partho dhanurdharaha. Tatra Sri Vijayi Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatirmama. Where there is Krishna, Yogeshwara, tuned to the highest reality. Partha, normally a dull-headed man. But now, infused and holding the bow, under the influence of that mighty intellect, the charioteer Krishna becomes victorious. 1.5 hours, the man who thought everything is gone feels he has gained everything. What happened in between? Only knowledge. Therefore, Our problems are solved not by doing, not by gaining, not by owning, but by having the right understanding. What is this world? What is me? What is the relationship? When you have this understanding, you are in harmony with the world. You are in harmony with the body, mind, intellect. You are in harmony with the family. And that harmonious body, mind, intellect reaches the goal like the chariot of Arjuna held by Krishna. The reins tightly held the mind, led by the senses, five senses, reaches the goal of victory. You also will reach the goal of life, godhood, freedom from bondage. This won't take lives, decades. Right now, you should be able to say, the moment the class is over, yeah, I know now I am not the body, mind, intellect. I have the body, mind, intellect. Problems belong to the body, mind, intellect. They are necessary. They are given to me by God. I accept them. I don't resist them. But I handle them as best as I can because He has given me an intellect and a power. I do what best I can do. But whatever comes, I enjoy. I do what best I can, but I do not suffer the outcome. I enjoy the world with or without them. I am the master. This you should be able to shout. Who doesn't mean tomorrow onwards I won't have worries. You will have worries. You will have fears. Then what is the use of teaching? You will know the worries, the fear belong to the mind. You are not the mind. You will know the worries and the fears belong to the mind. You are not the mind. That is enough. What will happen if you have this? It's like a man standing in Ganges in hot sun, half body exposed to sun, the other half in waters. So the man who has knowledge, half of him is cool in the company of God, Krishna, the consciousness, the self. Half is exposed to the world. In the comfort of Krishna, the consciousness or the self, he will happily go through the heat of the world. He will happily go through the heat of the world. If the heat is too much, what will he do? Take a dip into the Ganges. If the heat of the world is too much, what will you do? Take a dip into that consciousness, Krishna. Kunti prayed to Krishna. Vipada santunaha. Krishna, give me all the time sorrow. Is there any person who will pray like this? You know, I was trying to memorize this. I stopped it because what will I pray to Krishna? Give me sorrows. If he gives, I can't take. But that's what Kunti prayed. Krishna, give him all the time sorrows. Why? I don't feel your presence as intensely as in sorrow. In comfort, I miss you. In sorrow, I don't miss you. And your presence will remove all insecurity and all sorrow. Hence, give me sorrow. This is the prayer of Kunti, Vipada Santuna. Recently, Subramanya Bharati said, I put my finger into fire. I become conscious of the pain. And that makes me feel your presence, gives me bliss. Therefore, your problems are not the world of challenges. Death, birth, comfort, pain, sorrow, happiness, that's not the thing. The thing is you to recognize what you are. Be there and play with. Bhogarato va, yogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam. The mind who revels in that Brahman, in that God consciousness, Nandati, nandati, nandatyeva. He is happy all through. This is all Gita. So what does Gita say? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Detach from all your values of the body, mind, intellect. Sarvadharman parityajya, all your values of the body, mind, intellect. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Recognize me, the consciousness. Hold on to me. Aham tva sarva papebhyaha. I shall release you from all sins. Means all worries, all anxieties. Papa is that which gives you worry, sorrow. That papa are therefore your thoughts, your subconscious mind. The moment you turn your attention from the body, mind, intellect, from the subconscious mind to Krishna, the consciousness, you are released from their pants. And hence Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya, renouncing your association with the BMI and OET. Mamekam sharanam vaja. Recognize me, the water in the wave, in the bubble. Aham tva sarva papebhya. I shall free you from all sense of insecurity and sorrow. Moksha ishyami. Ma sucheha. Do not grieve. Therefore, who will get this joy? Who will get rid of this world? One who chooses it. It doesn't give joy to an ignorant man, to only a knowledgeable man. It gives joy even to an ignorant man the moment he recognizes the God and holds on to him. It's not the privilege of a literate man. It's not the privilege of a saint. Anybody, saint or sinner, the moment he recognizes the God, holds on to him, he is freed from this. So what you hold will make your life. Hold to God, you are liberated. Hold to matter, you will be the Arjuna of the first chapter. This is the story of Arjuna and Duryodhana meeting Krishna. Krishna said, I will give all my army. One of you can take it. I will not take even a weapon. I alone will come. One of you can take it. Duryodhana said, what will I do with this man alone? And that too he will not fight. So he chose the army. He lost. Arjuna said, Krishna is there. All the world is in him. Everything is in him. So he wanted Krishna, he became victorious. You hold on to God, you are victorious. You hold on to matter, you are lost. Choice is yours. There is one more option. See matter, see others, recognize them as God. Enjoy the world. World is beautiful because it is God. Others are beautiful because they are God. Pain is beautiful because it is a gift from God. Death is beautiful because it's a gift from God. I don't want any change. This mind, not wanting any change, accepting his will, not resisting anything, is a liberated mind. Is a liberated mind. This is called the subject matter of Upanishads, Moksha Shastra, whose essence is Gita. Whose essence is Gita, giving you freedom, liberation from your own mind, the ego, which has all confusions about itself. So thus, this Gita is a song in where millions are going to die. How can there be a song, and that too, Bhagavad Gita, celestial song, where millions will die? Because through that death of the millions and billions, Krishna is going to show there is no death at all. It's a confusion. You see things and beings with the bodies, you think that is real. The wave is real. Therefore, you see death. See water, there is no death. And that message gives you immortality. And hence, a song, a celestial song, a divine song, the essence of the Upanishads called Brahma Vidya. The other Vidya is called Bhautika Vidya, which gives you the comforts, the progressive life. It's called Abhyudaya Phala. Abhyudaya Phala. This is called Nishreyasa Phala. Bhautika Shastra, Abhyudaya Phala. Brahma Vidya, Nishreyasa Phala. Good to be an adept in both. They are not opposed to each other. Gaining wealth, money, power is not opposed to gaining God or liberation or freedom. But priority is to gain freedom, God, bliss, and then play with the changing world. This is the science of living, where you enjoy both the security of the self and the joy of the world. An ignorant man misses both. An ignorant man misses both. And therefore, it becomes a song, a divine song, a celestial song, the Bhagavad Gita. What does it do? It makes you recognize the God that you are. So this man who thinks is miserable while dreaming is made to join the waker and feel the comfort of the waker. This miserable man is made to join his godhood. That is called yoga. Therefore, the techniques of detaching from the mind and intellect, the jiva, and owning that godhood is called yoga, the 18 yogas of the Bhagavad Gita. The 18 yogas of the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga is to join. But join, you may use the term, Jivatma joins Paramatma. Where joining? Where does the water join the ocean? They're all water. So in philosophy, in Vedanta, when you say join, it is to know that you are the same. The dreamer to know he is the waker. The dreamer to know he is the waker. So therefore, different yogas, first 6 chapters are called Karma Yoga, the science of action. The next 6 chapters are called Bhakti Yoga, the science of emotions, bhakti, devotion, love. The last 6 chapters are called Jnana Yoga, the science of knowledge of the self. The first 6 chapters talks about the individual, the Arjuna, his miserable state. Therefore, it's called Tvampada. The next 6 chapters talk about God. It's called Tatpada. The last 6 chapters talk about the oneness. Therefore, it's called Asi. Therefore, Gita is Tattvamasi. Gita is Karma Bhakti Jnana Yoga and Moksha Shastra. And the chariot is the body. Arjuna is the jiva. Krishna is the intellect. Intellect tuned to Godhood. Otherwise, intellect can be perverted. Holds the reins, the mind tightly. And such charioteer, mind held, is called yoga. Leads the horses to the destination. Horses are the senses. So this is the chariot of the Bhagavad Gita. So all introduction to Bhagavad Gita is over. And next class, we start straight away the first chapter. Okay. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If I know, I will answer. If you don't have, you think later, you can send me a message. They said only admin. You send me personally. You feel you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. What time? 24 hours. Night 3 o'clock, you can ring me up. I will answer. Right? Definitely. You can test. You can test. Only when I am in bathroom or dining, I may not take the phone. Missed call will be there. I will call you back. But people in Dubai enroll in boat team, otherwise I can't afford to pay. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.
Hari Om, uncle.
Hari Amma. How was the thing? Class? Nalla irundha?
Uncle, neenga edukirthe, how can it not be nice?
Rejuvenating. Narayana. Na edukala.